Hello everybody, I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club again. So, here we go. Load. Yeah, so I don't remember the last... history is what I need. I don't remember what I did last time. Rummaging in a closet. I just know that we first joined it. I don't know why I felt compelled to come back to this, but I did. Seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Ooh. Oh, okay. Gorble Snorf. Oh, that's right, I forgot I called myself Gorble Snorf. Oh, it's been a fair minute since I've had a go at this. You're looking for something in there. And I forgot the voices I did for these characters, so I'm going to make up new ones. If they don't match, just don't worry about it. It's like, freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Yeah, you can. I've been reading the Berserk manga. I've been fucking loving it. I can admit that shit. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. He's like, besides, it's written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel, and I'm going to apologize to everyone right now if my voices transform halfway through. I just go with the flow. It's very hard for me to keep a set voice, which makes it funny when I apply for voice acting roles, because I never get them, because the feedback I only ever get is stop changing your voice midway through, and it's hard for me to keep that up. So just go with it, okay? Just go with it. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls. That's a dessert, isn't it? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Gorble Snorf. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. Like the beginning of this, the main menu of this game, okay. It's exceedingly mo, whatever mo means. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall behind the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me, sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. I'm terribly sorry, there was a little burp there. Just, horrible. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. I know my voice has changed again. I don't know why, but I've suddenly got the urge to try and be Moss from the IT crowd. So I'm going to try and do that. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. It's like, wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? It's like, you don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? It's like, I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like there's a bunch of friends in high school, typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously, you would think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Sounds like a porno then, if there's parts touching. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power? She's not Frieza. She doesn't just go... whatever. It's like, good save. Ah, this chapter seems to be like it's about baking. So this is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yes. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious, since you enjoy baking too, right? That's... just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Well, this is a sudden change in scenery, isn't it? It's like, we read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. Like sex. Sex is fun with someone else. It's like, I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? So, you don't? Is that, that's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? She doesn't have any friends. That's the issue. Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. It makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends you don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. Lovely, just calling your friends losers. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. Why? Do you have split personalities and one of them doesn't like it and the other one does? I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Aha! Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading, or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I apologize for a random little cut there. My daughter got out of bed for some inane reason, and I needed to go, figure out what she was doing in the kitchen by herself. But that's been sorted, so I will carry on. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favourite character. You always feel a bit bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. Well, not in the way that I'm doing it, it doesn't. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favourite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Well, aren't you such a lovely person? Monika. Okay, everyone. Eh? Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, didn't I write a poem in the last episode? Using random-ass words. Oh, I did! Can we read it? That would be great! Is it... Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? It's like, sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Aha, ha. I don't know why I'm doing it sort of like a William Shatner, Captain Kirk thing going on here, but we're going with it. Natsuki doesn't know how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back. Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said, don't be done. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I only got partway through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. Oh, diddums! But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Intrigue. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put myself and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? It's like, well, yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, because I've never really done this before. Hey, I was inspired by weird shit. I don't even remember what I put, but I know it was weird. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to... Oh, I didn't... Sorry, I just completely dropped out of character. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? It's like... Oh, I can't wait. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Poem time! Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know! I know at the end of it, it told you who was going to be best with what, but I don't know. Yuri. Let's click Yuri. She seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Yes, good idea. Not like I chose at random. I can trust her opinion to be fair, and highly critical. Oh, right. Oh, that's right, I did a really bored voice for this one. I remember that. I remember she's really boring, like really deadpan. Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. Because it's shit. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Man, it's hard to do that voice, for a long time. But anyway, in other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Why did I read that as Dementor? God, I haven't even read the Harry Potter books, I just watched the movies, but Jesus, I feel stupid reading it like that. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is the most challenging part. Man, I have to take a long, deep breath before I do this voice. Okay. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Oh god, another mini burp. Whoa, it's horrible. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to yourself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? No! They formed it just for you, and it's a bang session club. They just don't know it yet. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That doesn't make any sense. Click outside the poem area to continue. Right, done it. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. You obviously ain't seen mine. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. It took me about 4 seconds. Get over yourself. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Hey, that's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. God, it couldn't be short enough. I usually write longer poems. Please don't. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo. Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, Gorblesnorf. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about a random little cut you may have noticed. My daughter's being a little bit of a pain tonight, so I had to go deal with that again. But the episode of Jump Cuts will continue. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Oh my god, this voice, it gives me the burps. It's so weird. Anyway, ugh. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, God. Oh, who am I going to show it to next? Fuck, I have no idea. Let's go with Natsuki, because I like doing her voice. It's amusing. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I kind of been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I should be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, that's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. I'm pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Simple. I like this one more, though. It just flows better to me. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Oh, fuck. Who should I show it to next? Let's go with, Sayori. Why not? Try and smash through this, because my voice is getting tired. I can't even remember what voice I did for you. God damn it, this is a good poem, North. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Gorblesnorf. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, are you? You're trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Sex. That would make it fun. That will be my way of thanking you. Great. Sex. He's like, alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Sex. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yeah, I can get with that, especially that last line. Damn, breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was bad. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yes. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, gotta get this last person out of the way. It's like, I, Gorblesnorf, having a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. No, I'm doing fucking Moss again. Damn it, I was moulded into Moss again. I just like doing that voice. Fuck. God, I have to think of... fuck it. I have to think up another voice. Boy, either way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, well, you're always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway. Oh, fuck. Moss again. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Gorblesnorf. Fucking, I keep dropping into Moss. It's driving me mental. Oh, my days. It's like... We're all a little embarrassed. Fuck, I've just lost it. I've lost it. I'm just doing Moss. Fuck! Why is it I can only do Moss now and I can't do anything else? But it's sort of that barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica in my poem. We like it, Gorblesnorf. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By the way, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all sorts of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anyone. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filling in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take me a while before I get comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find the style that suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. That's a lie. You sound pretty confident with someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Right, what is it? Fuck, it's long. Hole in the wall. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction of the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My my retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Creepy. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you want to call it, so I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Hear that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about Steve Flash like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Alright, fucking hell. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to be something to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's like a fucking PSA. Phew. I guess that's everyone, and I like this music. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I'd anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess where I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. Oh god. What's with this language, eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to be nice. Hey? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Gorblesnorf did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Gorblesnorf liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Gorblesnorf appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Fucking cat fight. It's a shame that I need to end this so quickly. I'm trying to get through to the next bit. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Gorblesnorf started showing up. Damn! That's a burn.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I just read it as Yuri. I can't do two voices at once. I'm not fucking Mysterio or whatever. Mysterio didn't do voices. I don't fucking know. Leave me alone. I'm confuzzled. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls found as if they noticed I was standing there.
Gorblesnorf. She's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate simple writing as more effective, then this wouldn't happen in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Gorblesnorf.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is only necessary, limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Gorblesnorf?
Well... He's like, well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be, we are going to save it at this juncture. Cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. I will be back with another episode of this, and then we'll find out who I'm going to pick. Natsuki or Yuri, or Help Me Sayori. We don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this episode. Another weird video of me doing oddball voices for a visual novel game, which actually is one of my more favourite things to do. I just love fucking around with pretending to give people stupid voices. But anyway, thank you for joining me. If you want to watch anything similar to this rubbish, feel free to look at my videos or, you know, subscribe. That would be nice if you could subscribe. And, yeah, I hope I'll see you all in the next one.
Bye-bye.